my loves, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. Man, it is a time for codes and ciphers and weird things going on in the world. If you guys saw my previous video, I talked all about the bizarre code translation glitch thing going on TikTok, but in a much more concrete, I have a very cut and dry kind of translation of what the next code we're going to be talking about says. For the first time in 51 years, we can finally say that one of the last remaining ciphers, one of the last remaining codes in the world has been decoded. That's because at the end of last year, the end of 2020, that feels so weird to say now that we are in 2021, hello, a new era, the Zodiac Killer's final cipher has finally been solved. If you don't know who the Zodiac Killer is, it's okay because no one actually does. The moniker of the Zodiac Killer is simply a name that we have given to an anonymous serial killer who to this day hasn't been caught. In terms of his kill list, we have 5 confirmed people that died at his hand along with 2 confirmed injured, but he himself in his letters claimed to have killed 37 people, and it's possible that there are 20 to 28 more deaths that he caused. His crimes were committed in California and also potentially Nevada. People got really mad at how I said that on my second channel when I was talking about election memes. I'm sorry if I don't say Niv something, right? The Zodiac Killer taunted police and the media and everyone in the cities surrounding his crimes by sending in letters that contained various codes. For example, the first letters from the Zodiac were sent to the Vallejo Times-Herald, the San Francisco Chronicle, and the San Francisco Examiner. And the decoded letter says, "I like killing people because it's so much fun. It is more fun than killing wild game in the forest because man is the most dangerous animal of all to kill. Something gives me the most thrilling experience. It is even better than getting your rocks off with a girl. The best part of it is that when I die, I will be reborn in paradise, and the I have killed will become my slaves. I will not give you my name because you will try to slow down or stop my catalog of slaves for my afterlife," and then some amalgamation of letters. So the solution to this 408 symbol cipher include faithful transliterations of spelling and grammar errors in the original. The meaning, if any, of the final 18 letters has not been determined. Taking a look here at this article by the New York Times about the coded message finally being solved, we see that the headline is 51 years later, coded message attributed to Zodiac Killer has been solved, FBI says. The code has long baffled cryptographers, law enforcement agents, and armchair sleuths obsessed with a shadowy killer who was blamed for 5 murders in the late 1960s. The mysterious 340-character cipher, which was mailed to the San Francisco Chronicle in November of 1969, does not reveal the killer's identity, but it does build on his image as an attention-seeking killer who reveled in terrorizing the Bay Area in the late 1960s. We have David Orenchak as well as Sam Blake and Jarl Van Eyck to thank for finally solving this 51-year-old mystery. Mr. Orenchak, who runs a website and a YouTube series about the Zodiac Killer ciphers, said he was excited to have solved the code after 14 years of trying to break it, but he was also worried about the effect it might have on the victims' families. "The message in that cipher, I don't see it as being helpful to them," he said. "It's more of the same junk that the killer liked to write about. It's just intended to hurt people and make them afraid." The FBI themselves, which employs a team of code crackers within their own cryptanalysis department, verified that this translation is correct. The FBI issued a statement saying over the past 51 years, CRRU has reviewed numerous proposed solutions from the public, none of which had merit. The cipher was recently solved by a team of 3 private citizens. Meanwhile, the FBI San Francisco field office also released a statement on the breakthrough, reported by the San Francisco Chronicle on Friday, but this this article was written a while ago. This statement backed up the FBI's original statement, saying, of course, that the cipher had been solved. The Zodiac Killer case remains an ongoing investigation for the FBI San Francisco division and our local law enforcement partners. The Zodiac Killer terrorized multiple communities across Northern California, and even though decades have gone by, we continue to seek justice for the victims of those brutal crimes. Before I go on, let's talk about why we know that this cipher is legitimate and the translations given by these 3 private citizens is an accurate representation of what was written, and that the code wasn't just gibberish. Basically, people who can crack codes like that for a living, people who solve those kinds of codes, they can tell when something is intentionally a code and when it is nothing. Like, there is pattern and repetition in these codes, and they are skilled in weeding out what is not real. And so we've known for a long time that this code was just something that was so hard we could not break it. This particular cipher was so hard, Mr. Oranchak said, the man who kind of like led this team, it seems, into decoding the Zodiac Cipher. This one was so complex because the Zodiac Killer seemed frustrated that his first one had been deciphered so easily. The team that cracked it came together earlier in 2020, according to Mr. Blake, after he reached out to Mr. Oranchak with ideas on how to unravel the patchwork of symbols and characters. It's considered one of the holy grails of cryptography, according to Mr. Blake. At the time, the cipher had resisted attacks for 50 years, so any attempts to find a solution was truly a moonshot. For months, they ran by trial and error around 650,000 possible solutions, running them through a code-breaking program written by Mr. Van Eyck.
He sent me about 650,000 different manipulations of the ciphertext. Our thinking was, if Zodiac rearranged the cipher message somehow, let's try to find out how. I took all of Sam's manipulations and ran them through Jarl's AZ Decrypt code-breaking program. The idea was to take Sam's hundreds of thousands of variations of the 340 and try to get AZ Decrypt to crack them. Maybe we'd stumble on something.
But the program turned up nothing until it suddenly yielded a surprising combination of words on December 3rd. Please understand how not long ago that was. That was a month ago as I'm posting this probably. That is insane. But these words included gas chamber and trying to catch me. According to Mr. Oranchak, that was what caught their attention, and that was the key. The team was astounded when the decrypted message revealed the phrase, "That wasn't me" on the TV show, because the letter had been sent about 2 weeks after a man claiming to be the Zodiac Killer had called into a Bay Area television show and had spoken to the lawyer, Melvin Belly.
Talk to us. Just tell us what's going on inside you right now, Sam, please.
I have headache.
Right.
How long have you had those headaches, Sam? In a long time?
Since I killed a kid.
Well, was it before December that you had the headaches?
Yes.
That meant the solution the team had found fit the timeline from that era. The full message was submitted to the FBI on December 5th, and finally, let's see what it says. I'm gonna post the original over here so you can see it and all of its weirdness. And the final version reads, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me. That wasn't me on the TV show, which brings up a point about me. I am not afraid of the gas chamber because it will send me to paradise all the sooner. Because I now have enough slaves to work for me where everything else has nothing. When they reach paradise, so they are afraid of death. I am not afraid because I know that my new life is life that will be an easy one. And paradise death." Mr. Oranchak has said that he is not optimistic about decoding the 2 remaining ciphers attributed to the Zodiac Killer. So we still have 2 left unsolved. In part, apparently, because they are short, which makes it very hard to verify a solution. But if there is a clue in the cipher the team just solved, chances might improve slightly. I know that was a lot I just threw at you, so let's take a minute to kind of come back and recenter. Essentially what this means, and I don't talk about true crime very much, I'm very familiar with the Zodiac Killer, of course, and it's kind of one of those cases that I actually don't think about very much because it frustrates me. It's to such a degree. This killer, the fact that they were simply never caught after half a century, and they just ran free, continuing with this mentality that the people that they had killed would be slaves for them in the afterlife. Like, it's just disgusting and awful. And not that all serial killers are not just awful, but you know what I mean. Like, this one just particularly has always climbed under my skin because it was never solved. We never knew who did it. And the reason that this cipher finally being broken is such a massive deal. While we didn't find out anything new about the killer, except to confirm basically that he was so incredibly full of himself, it's unbelievable. We now might have a key into decoding the rest, and we have more of a glimpse into this person's brain, their patterns, even though it's just through this insane code that was made. We just have an opportunity to look at him better. And by we, I really mean the law enforcement and FBI and everything involved in the situation. Maybe we will crack the other codes and ciphers attached to the Zodiac killer's name. Maybe we can finally give justice to those people that lost their lives to him. I don't talk about true crime much, and I kind of enjoy my spot in a lot of the times what is fiction, just because to me it's fun to be scared and to solve these kinds of puzzles without any real world implications. But when it comes to stuff like this, it's every bit still just as fascinating to me. These puzzles, these codes, the solving of the mystery is just as mind-blowing and exciting, but it comes with such a price, and the price being the lives of so many people. So the Zodiac killer is one of the very few serial killers. Well, it's not even one of the very few serial killers. I think I've done like 2 serial killer videos, but it's one of the few true crime cases I've ever talked about, and I have a video listed down below if you want to dive a little bit deeper. Mr. Oranchak has an entire YouTube channel and everything where he talks about breaking this code and about the Zodiac killer in general. So I'm gonna have it listed down below, and you can go and watch his video talking about how they broke the code and everything. I think it's all really, really, really interesting. And yeah, this is a heavy video because at the end of the day, people's lives were lost, and as much as it is so exciting that we can finally do something as groundbreaking as break this code, that 3 men did this together and broke this code to hopefully continue in giving the victims of this person justice. It's exciting that we could finally do it, but it's also just sad to remember that even though we have nobody that was lost can be brought back. So what I ask is that you all remain really respectful in the comments down below, but I want to hear what you guys think about this. What do you think about the Zodiac killer as a whole? What do you think about the case? I'm very, very interested to hear from you. Anyway, I love you very much. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.